Good morning and welcome to The Edge for Thursday, August 8, 2024. I'm Devonne Cornelius and thank you for joining me on the program for today. This program is also being carried live on ZIZ TV as well as our social media platforms. So you can check us out on our YouTube channel, that is ZIZ Online, as well as our Facebook page, ZIZ Broadcasting Corporation. We are live via those platforms, and again, thank you for joining us. When we open the phone lines later, you may call us at 465-2555 or 718-577-2916 to make your contribution to the discussion for today. Good morning to those of you who are listening from across the Caribbean region and other parts of the world. Good afternoon and good evening as well, and thank you for joining me on the program for today. It is Thursday, almost the end of the week. Some of you, for those of you who don't work on holidays, yesterday was more like a Monday for you, so today is like a Tuesday for you, and then we have Friday. So there's 3 working days for you, but from next week back to regular programming. I know a number of Kitishans were over on the island of Nevis for the 50th anniversary of Culturama. I saw some coming back over yesterday and today as well, so I could tell that they had a wonderful time participating in the various activities. And thank you so much for supporting yet another staging of the Culturama Festival, which has been dubbed over the years as the Caribbean's greatest summerline. Let us get into a conversation for today. Yesterday we spoke about the national consultation that is being planned to address crime and violence here in St. Kitts and Nevis, and that initiative is slated for the 22nd of August 2024, and it is expected to bring together experts, policymakers, community leaders from all across St. Kitts and Nevis, as well as political organizations, to give their ideas and suggestions as to the way forward in addressing the issue of crime and violence. And the callers were able to make their contribution in terms of what they believe should be reintroduced or reintroduced for the police and the government to properly address this issue. One of the contributions for me that stood out and I think means a lot and would be effective, and I've seen the police do this over the years, but it was the suggestion of the policing for you, the policing with you, I believe was the comment that was made. Policing with you, policing with you, yes. And essentially that is the police and the community building a stronger level of trust and building a better relationship. And so you know that when the police and the community are able to work together and trust each other, then it will help, or it will assist in solving a lot of the unsolved crime, whether it is robbery, rape, murder, you name it. And so building that trust with the community is definitely important. Now, it is still important for me to note that the police have been doing their part in terms of having a number of community activities and engagements, engaging with the people in the community across St. Kitts and Nevis. They have seen them, done a number of distributions, gift basket or food basket distributions to the elderly people in communities across St. Kitts and Nevis. They have been engaging with young people, children in particular, because that is where it all starts. Sometimes we joke about these things and we say, man, it's a child, but that is where it starts. And so early intervention is definitely important and something that must be taken very seriously. So I just wanted to give a bit of a recap as to what we discussed yesterday. Today I want you now to tell me what is on your mind, what you'd like to bring to the fore for today, what you'd like to, whether you ask your questions or make your comments based on what you see happening in and around St. Kitts and Nevis. And so you may call us now at 465-2555 or 718-577-2916. We have our first caller for this morning, and we'll take this call. Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Greetings. Thanks for taking our call. Okay, we want to go forward to first like you say. They were discussing yesterday police and the community relationship.
Yes.
Okay. We wasn't in tune, so we're going to go there.
Okay.
First thing have to go happen from the police end is the police have to go clean up them midst. Weed out of that department there. And the word force need to be removed too. The police have to go clean up. So I got weeds inside there where from excesses and brutalities and disrespect to leaking information and all the things. We need to have to clean up. The responsibilities go low. Okay, with the communities now, communities have to go clean up too. And we're going to start with the nastiness. The communities right around from back there go right through. We have pride in the communities. And as the elders said, and it is true, that a nasty environment begets crosses. Crosses meaning all kind of unpleasant happenings. Murders, rape, blah, blah, boom, boom, too much to mention. So the communities have to go clean up too. Starting this or keeping the community clean, and then start with the mind cleansing. You see it? Different mindset. All right. Pardon?
I'm listening to you, yeah.
Okay, come like you were saying something.
No.
All right. We do one over Nevis for the last lap. Same night when they had the Queen show. And we give thanks, better late than never. We give thanks to, for being in Nevis. We ain't got there for a long time. We were thinking about attending the Queen show, but we changed our mind and decided to take in the streets. We just roam the streets in Charlestown from where they be on the main road there, night people them. All right, sure. And we give thanks, we see a cleanliness in the streets in Charlestown, better than Bastia, and we give thanks to that. We walk down the streets of the honorary premier offices, and we notice, in street clean. It's different to Church Street. The drain them, they ain't have much drain, but the street them, the drain them better, and the drain them clean. We see a kind of jungle area upon the right-hand side going down, bare bush. Them forget to rid of that. And the other streets, them looking good. You still got people, you still got a little bug there, honorable premier, to get rid of them. Yeah, by any means. And we have said to the honorable prime minister down here, legislation, policies, tax the pocket. You drop a piece of sweetie paper for $1,000.
All right.
Yeah. Give thanks to the time. Blessed love.
Thank you for your contribution to the program. You're listening to the Edge and ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. The phone lines remain open at 465-2555 or 718-577-2916. You have a caller? Oh, as the caller made mention of the streets of Charlestown, a Calypsonian in Nevis by the name of Daddy Nature once sang that Nevis is the sweetest, neatest island in the whole Caribbean. And it's his opinion, which I agree to. But everybody may not agree. But I love this song. It's one of these songs that I sang background vocals for. I don't remember the year, but I definitely remember the song. Sweetest, neatest island in the whole Caribbean. You're listening to the Edge and ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm Devonne Cornelius, your host, and the phone lines are open. Call us and lend your voice to the conversation at hand. As the caller spoke about the police and the relationship with the community. For me, I can't paint all the officers, the police officers, with a broad brush. And sometimes we tend to do that and say, well, if we've had a bad interaction with a police officer, we would say, well, all police officers are the same. And I can tell you that is not the case. There are police officers who are very pleasant and very understanding. very, they're easy to deal with, and there are others who are very conceited, and they're difficult, I believe, for absolutely no reason whatsoever. And I don't know if that is what their training has been like, but I still believe that you could be trained to be strict and serious, but at the same time be pleasant and be a people person and be very welcoming. An experience I had, I think it was last week, a truck carrying some concrete blocks from the southeast peninsula. I don't remember the exact date, but we saw footage of it, and so we decided to go on the scene. And when we got to the scene, there was the police officer, and then there were members of the cleanup crew. Because by the time we got there, they had already moved the truck out of the road. Traffic was now flowing freely, and so it was just the police officer and people from the cleanup crew, trying to clean up the debris. And as a reporter, I went to the police officer to try to get a comment as to what happened. Was anybody injured? The driver? How did this affect traffic? And going to the police, of course, because that would have been the only official source on the scene at the time. And the I don't know if the officer is nervous because they saw a camera and a mic, but it is the reaction was not very pleasant. The reaction was not very pleasant, and it was very rude, very, very rude. I was very disappointed, but I'm not going to use that experience and paint all officers with a broad brush. The phone lines are open, and we're taking your calls 465-2555 or 718-577-2916. If you have no callers on the line right now, it's 11:15, so we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue our conversation here in the program. Let's take a break, and I'll be right back. Stay tuned.
The future is unknown. Protect your life, your family, and your valuables from unforeseen circumstances. Let National Caribbean Insurance give you the peace of mind that you so deserve. At NCI, we offer a suite of affordable insurance plans that can be tailored to ease your financial burden. We aim to deliver exceptional products to satisfy all your insurance needs. Whether life, health, motor, or property insurance, NCI has the right solution for you. Our friendly and knowledgeable sales professionals are ready and able to assist you. Let National Caribbean Insurance Company Limited help you to prepare for the unexpected. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
Going to Nevis for Culturama? Sail from 26 July to 11 August with MVI Connect's Culturama 50 special fares of $200 EC round trip for regular sedans and regular SUVs, and $250 EC round trip for large sedans and large SUVs. Don't be the one left behind on the peninsula. Go online to iConnectSKN.com. Book a departure and return time that's convenient for you. Arrive at least 15 minutes before departure. Show your QR code, drive on, turn, and park, then drive off. Fares valid for crossing between 26 July and 11 August. All trips during this period will operate between Majors Bay and the Charlestown Pier. MVI Connect. On time, every time. MVI Connect. Bridging the crossing. Online ticket purchase encouraged to guarantee your trip. Ticket may be purchased at the dock using cash or card if space is available.
Building our nation is a team effort, and just like any good team, we must be able to respect and support each other, no matter our differences. More inclusive and accepting workplaces enable all individuals to actively contribute their skills and talents to the economy's growth and prosperity.
I'm happy to be inclusive and make the best use of all the talents that St. Kitts and Nevis has to offer. Our communities will be better when everyone can make their contributions without discrimination.
The LGBTQ plus community is doing its part to build a stronger, more resilient St. Kitts and Nevis.
Let us respect our LGBTQ plus community and their talents. More inclusive workplaces, create a stronger Caribbean. This message is brought to you by the Eastern Caribbean Alliance for Diversity and Equality, ECADE.
Watch the trail of the insects stop. When you spray them with pop. Flying, crawling, insects are falling when you spray them with pop. Nothing comes close to pop. Pop, the Caribbean brand. Pop, the number one brand. Pop, the baddest in the land. Nothing comes close to pop. When the root bugs get in your way, pull out your pop and give them a spray. When you want insects to stop, nothing comes close to pop. The Caribbean brand, get serious, get pop.
You're listening to ZIZ Radio, the golden voice of the nation.
Hello and welcome back to The Edge in ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm your host, Devonne Cornelius, and thank you for joining me in the program for today, Thursday, August 8th, 2024. The phone lines are open. Call us at 465-2555 or 718-5772-9116. Do we have any callers on the line? We do. We'll take this other call. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Devon.
How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm glad you enjoy yourself.
All right, yes.
Okay, you done sober up?
If I...
Sober up?
I was always.
Because, you know, what's the use of getting sober when you know you got to be again? Anyway, I hear listening. According to the first caller today, he's very much concerned about the environment all over, you know. And he's been talking about that nastiness for years, and he's supposed to be acknowledged and recognized and put in a high position to make sure that he police the people who nasty up the place. Now let me go here now. I heard you speak about the truck that we're going up the hill over Freaky beside over there with blocks.
Yeah.
And when you went to speak to the police, did you identify yourself as your job?
I did.
Okay, right.
I did.
Now, you were right, the police were wrong. Because this is something that happened in the public that can affect the public that use the road. And you as an investigator, a journalist whatsoever, you got to get information, and he was very disrespectful. He should not have done that to you. He was supposed to answer you polite, like a professional police. But that doesn't give everybody the right to paint the police with a broad brush. Now, the driver who was going up the hill with that high, heavy load, he has to be either inexperienced of traveling with that heavy load on such a steep hill. Because when you're driving those big trucks, anything with heavy, high load, heavy, hard, heavy load, you make your climbing gear down at the bottom of the hill. You do not go in the hill or stop and make gear, otherwise you're going to fling back everything. Because I have seen that. I have seen that with many drivers. I have to tell them, but I know you don't want to go in the middle of the hill to make gear.
Right.
So the driver should learn from that. Oh, now another concern, the last concern, and I ain't going to be too long. There is a great personality, a radio personality, you know who I'm talking about, Cancer Edwards.
Yes.
And the situation, how he gone missing, it is not nice. It is not nice. And I think that more people in that area who have the time to go and help to search for him, they should go. They should go. If my wheel will pump up, I would go and look for him. And I'm going to tell you the secret, a technique how to find him quick, you know. The customs, they have what they call them, sting dogs, sniffers dogs. In a case like that, all they have to do, take the latest clothes that he had on and sensitize the scent of the dog nose, the smelling sense of the dog with the clothes. Rub it up, let the dog inhale a lot of his clothes, and then put the clothes in a plastic bag that the scent cannot get out and distract the dog. and then they just follow the dog with a leash on the neck, and the dog going to pick up until he reach where he is. Unless they don't do that to the dog nose, the dog ain't going to be able to find where he is. You got to sensitize the nose, the smelling.
I don't know if they've used any of their dogs, but the latest update I saw, the police made mention of the usage of drones. You know, those things that they fly around.
Yeah,
so
the drones.
Those have been used to widen the search. They've also been on foot, going to areas that family members and friends say he usually, would be.
Yeah.
So they've been doing that, and they've also been using drones, and the search party continues.
Yeah, well, you see, a drone can only show you what the drone can see. If you walk into a little hole, cave hole, the drone can't see him in there. That there is where the dog gonna find him. Let me tell you this, I'm going now, because I want people to get into it. I don't like to tell on the phone. In St. Thomas a couple of years ago, 2 guys went and they did the robbery, and they run, and when they went where they were hiding, the police would not have been able to find them alone. They had the dog, and the dog lead them straight in there, and they shot, the perpetrator shot the dog, When the dog pulling the police going in the hole where they were hiding, the perpetrator realized by police going to get me to shot the dog, because the dog were able to pick up the scent. So that's the reason why dog is the best thing to go with. Drone can only pick up who the drone can see. Thank you, Devon.
All right, Colin. Thank you for your contribution to the program. Let's take this other call. Okay, we lost that one. The phone lines remain open. Call us at 465-2555 or 718-577-2916. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Good morning.
Okay, Miss Van Ketch the other. All right. We like to make the call and others know that we know how important it is for the right place to be in the right place, So it applies for a position to deal with the things. Even in Barton, starting from Newton where we born, make that be a model community. No ramping with no one. Just clean up Newton, go right through. And we was told by a buddy that papers is on a desk circulating months ago concerning putting me in a position to deal with that. Up to the time, that ain't happened. But we still have the meditation on St. on the Federation of St. Kitts Nevis to be some taxi drivers, maybe they say people tell them we cleaner than the rest. Well, if we cleaner than the rest, then we get extra cleaner than the rest. Yeah? So we want to see that happen. All right, quickly, Nevis, the organizers of Culturama, we want to give thanks. Come right through from the beginning, come right through. My meditation move on a king like Suti Byron. Yeah, the man left vision high when it comes to culture. And, all the others, up to the time, we wish best wishes, going forward. But you see, the sealing up, Juve morning, or what it is called, we are seeing too much nakedness. No follow St. Kitts. Trinidad done with it, Trinidad said, no. Costume, nice up yourself, nice up your body and put on costume, it's splendid. So we want to discourage that. And we see the street was lined from up where them start, come right through to where them a turn, go right down there. Children, whole heap of children. And the naked people, them are going some kind of way. Yes. They're going to take out that, please. Apart from that, give thanks for everything, what we take in. And as we said, we missed the beginning, but we give thanks on behalf of all those who will drive from the beginning, come right through. I said, love, man.
Yes, Carla, thank you for your contribution to the program. It is 11:27, and you're listening to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio. As I made mention about the cleanup of communities across St. Kitts and Nevis, I wanted to remind you and the listeners of the Clean a Mile, a bi-monthly community cleanup initiative, which is being organized by the Solid Waste Management Corporation. And the campaign was launched on Saturday, July 27th, 2024. and continues until whenever they decide to stop. And if you are interested in being involved in this, you can contact the Solid Waste Management Corporation. You can also contribute materials, and so if you have things like garbage bags, gloves, water, etc., rakes and shovels, then you can also contribute to that as well. And the importance of participating: you are protecting the environment and building community engagement, and of course brand visibility for participants who own a business. And so your business can be showcased as one of the businesses that is participating in the cleanup. So as you made mention of that, I remember a Clean a Mile initiative which is being organized by Solid Waste. Let's get back to the phone lines and we'll take some more calls. Hello, caller, you're on the air. Good morning.
Good day. Sorry, yes.
You have to turn off the radio, caller. I'm not hearing you.
Yes, sorry for that.
Yes, go ahead now.
Culture is right. The drone is not going to pick up in grass, heavy grass, and those things. So the best thing, the dog, the police dog, the custom dog, you let the dog get a good scent of his shoes, the inside of his shoes, the armpit, and the shirt, and the pants that he's wearing, that he wear before, and they will pick it up very easy. You know, I one who willing to go to look for him because he was my good partner when he was younger and I was younger. But then the dog will make a good use, the customer, the police dog. And I believe the military should know that because they train to look for people, the fire department, the dog, put the scent of the clothes or whatever he wear before, and the dog will pick him up. Thank you.
Thank you so much, caller, for your contribution. We have another caller? Yes.
Yes.
Hello, you're on the air. Good morning.
Greetings. Are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay. The caller, lad. Lord Black is still can be found. Is that the situation right now?
Yes, it's still the search party continues.
Still missing. Yeah, we find him, man. We find him. Lord Black is a mystic man still.
All right. Thank you, caller, for your contribution to the program. We have more callers on the line. All right, caller. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning, Devonne. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well, and you?
Paul, I just begin you up because I understand that you went to the Nevis culture, man, and thank God you get back safe and sound.
Yes.
Okay? Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Paul, yeah. Sing.
All right, you have a good one. Let's hit this other call. Hello, you're on the air. Good morning.
All right, you just cut some, man. Listen, the cleaning is not just about cleaning, you know. It's about keeping it clean also. That's why we had say some motto by Solid Waste Board, waste matters. It's foolishness. As a matter of fact, we want to reach to a level where we don't even have no solid waste. That energy, that kind of money they put into other things. People have learned their lesson. People have been, reformed in their mind by taxing their pocket. Eh?
What do you mean by you want us to reach a point where we have no solid waste? Expound on that.
Of course, the cleanliness is so up. Listen to me, man. We know what we are talking about, you know.
Yeah, but I'm just asking you to explain.
Wait, man, you ask me a question. Allow me to explain. You're not going to allow me. You want me to come up the line?
No, go ahead.
Good. We can reach to that level, my brother, by being disciplined in the mind concerning our environment, where we sort garbage, separate our garbage, and do what we ought to do, so that an institution like Solid Waste, it will either be no more, the staff come to like quarter of what it is. That's what we are talking about, and it is possible. Don't make it sound like I'm talking, gibberish. It's all about revolutionizing the mind of the citizens in all classes, upper class, middle class, and low class. But the nastiness in it, all the classes, as far as we see. And we can get there. Blessed love.
All right. Hello, caller, you're on the air. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Devon. How are you?
I am doing well, and you?
I'm doing pretty good, thanks.
Right.
Just from hearing what they're talking about with the dogs and the searches, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some of us have to understand, and if we don't understand, we have to try to get certain information before we come on the radio and try to push certain narratives, right? Now, there is dogs that are equipped with certain training senses, right? They have the ammunition and weapons dog. They have the tracking dog. You know, they have the explosive dogs and that kind of thing.
Right.
First, we're talking about dog search. We have to know if anyone, whether it's Rock University, Customs, Police, any one of them has a dog that possesses that skill. We have had dogs in the past that possess those skills, but I think some of them has, you know, they lost them or whatever, right? So right now there is very few dogs around, but you have to get to understand what are the capabilities. I don't think we have any tracking dog at this time, but as I say, you can get on to the appropriate authorities, the police, somebody who would know, and let them know before we start blaming, and then they're saying the police, they ain't doing nothing, and they ain't searching with no dog. But if we don't have that capability, we'll have to use manpower and the drone as a substitute. Yes, it might not be like 100%, but drone could see movement, drone could see a lot of stuff now.
Yeah.
You look at it, drone can zoom, drone can do a lot of things. They're talking about whole and all kind of things. But
and the drones that they have today are very advanced.
Dogs, you have to know what skill, you know, what type of training and take the dog has to do it. They were saying that the German Shepherd dog, that's why you see most of them in that way, is more versatile in that way. You can train them in more than one. But some dogs you only can train them in one skill. And if there is not enough thing to, you know, work for it to do, it can lose its instinct too in that area. You know? So, you know, well, I just wish them all the best in their search, and I hope that they find Mr. Edwards pretty soon. Thank you.
All right, Carl, thank you for your contribution. I was making the point that the drones that they're making today are very advanced, and they could do some very good searches in terms of zooming and all of that. The point about the police using drones, that was one of the comments that was made on social media. After somebody asked the police, why not use drones? And that was their response. So the police came out and said that we have also been using drones. So it's not a case where they're just walking up and down with police officers. They have been using all of the resources available to them to locate locate Mr. Edwards as part of this search party. But they're calling on the community to assist as well, and the search party continues. It's 11:35. If you have no call, let's take a break. And when we come back, we'll continue our conversation here on The Edge. Stay tuned.
Watch your step there, little man. That party's falling into the sea.
But Daddy, when it all slips into the sea, where will we live?
Well, son, that would take a long time. So let's not worry about that right now. Just enjoy the beach, okay?
Daddy, when Grandpa brought you to the beach, was it slipping in then?
I can't remember, but that shed over there was not so close to the water, so I guess so.
So, Daddy, when I bring my children to the beach, will there even be a beach still? I learned all about climate change in school, and teachers said we have to change our habits or it would be even worse.
So, big man, what do you think we should do?
Really? Who is the daddy here anyway?
Okay. We will ask your teacher where she got her information, and then we'll do our own little part.
Good, because I want to keep coming to the beach with you, even when you're like 100.
Change your heart, change your habit. We the people can change how we approach the impact of climate change. A message of hope from Island Resilience, promoting a climate of change.
This is my land, my island, our home. It's time to come together to keep her forever resilient and strong.
Island Resilience, promoting a climate of change. The Climate Change Adaptation and Sustainable Land Management Initiative of the OECS Commission, funded by the European Union.
Go to islandresilience.org for more information, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
From the heart of ZIZ Radio comes a political talk show like no other. The Edge, with host Devonne Cornelius giving you his take on the biggest stories happening in governance today. Got something to say? Let's hear it. Give us a call at 869-465-2555, Monday to Friday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon. One solid hour of in-depth analysis of the machinery that makes our country tick. The Edge, cutting into the matters at hand.
Back to The Edge and ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm Devonne Cornelius. Today is Thursday, August 8th, 2024. The phone lines are open and we take your calls at 465-2555 or 718-577-2916. We're also live via social media, so check us out on our YouTube page at ZIZ Online and via Facebook, ZIZ Broadcasting Corporation. It is 11:39 and we are winding down, but we take your calls. Callers have been weighing in on keeping the communities across St. Kitts and Nevis very clean, and as well as the search party that continues for Mr. Edwards. The police have been using all of the resources that are available to them to locate him, and I believe that a search party it continues and will continue today, but the police have said that they have been doing their very best to locate Mr. Edwards. I saw that some people made suggestions in terms of where he could possibly be and the areas that he would usually frequent, and they have been to those areas. The point I wanted to make about solid waste, I hear you, caller, in terms of your contribution about coming to the point of minimizing or eliminating solid waste. If I'm misquoting you, then you could always correct me, but I'm not quite sure if I understand what you mean when you say that we could completely eliminate solid waste in terms of the management of it. There will always be waste. There will always be waste, but it is where we manage that waste. And so if you're making the point that you don't want to see any waste on the streets of Basti and Charlestown, then I understand that point and I agree with you. But I'm not understanding the point when you say there can't be solid waste management. I don't understand that, because there will always be waste to manage. Perhaps you could call back to further expound on your point. Maybe there's something that I am missing or I didn't understand clearly, but I don't understand how there cannot be the management of solid waste. There will always be garbage, but it is where the garbage is. I made mention of the Clean a Mile initiative, and I take your point that yes, it's not just to clean, but it is to stay clean. You can't stay clean if you don't clean. You have to first clean. Let's take this caller. Hello, you're on the air.
Okay, let me explain. Let us explain. The picking up of garbage, that is part of solid waste, right?
Correct.
Good. So we certainly don't mean that part. There is a part of solid waste that is wasting time. We need to put policies, legislation in place to deter and stop this eventually. So, the part of solid waste that is wasting time, we are pussyfooting by keeping that in place and not putting in place things to make us get to. So what we want to do? We want to continue cleaning after the nastiness. When you have 10 people live on one street, one of them is very clean and try to keep it right, or two. The rest of them just nasty and don't care. And it goes on and on and on. We want that to continue. Or we want to be known as the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. Cleanliness that is up there. We travel, you know. We travel. And may I tell you, sir, apart from the traveling and seeing things, we originally, you know, we are not a nasty people. We are continental people and we're not nasty.
Can I ask you a question?
We keep echoing it. Beg pardon?
I wanted to ask you a question.
Yes.
You mentioned that there's a part of solid waste that is wasting time. What part is that? I'm not understanding that part.
The part?
You said there's a part of solid waste that is...
Yeah, man, I heard the question. Don't repeat yourself. The part that is unnecessary within the scheme of things to make us get to the point of people stop littering. That's where we want to get, you know.
Okay. I think we lost that caller. We didn't cut you off. I think your credit ran out. But thank you for your contribution to the program. You're listening to The Edge and ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. It's 11:44 and we continue to take your calls at 465-2555 or 718-577-2916, which is our overseas line. Call us and lend your voice to the conversation at hand. We're also live via our social media platforms, and so you can join us there as well. So, okay, thank you, caller, for the explanation that you gave. Let's head back to the phone lines, and we'll take some more callers. Hello, you're on the air. Good morning.
Blessed morning, gentlemen.
Yes, morning.
The same gentleman there calling, talking about asking standard kind of thing. That's a man that don't we got 13 of the place as well. Right here by the monkey bus stop. The other day we had to tell him about it. He cook his food, cut down wherever tree in his yard, and he back him in the same empty land. So when he's talking about decency, he must look at himself, or he already said, take a look in the mirror. Right before you look at other people, look at yourself in the mirror. He promoting nastiness as well. See? So let him check himself before come and hear. I'm talking.
All right, caller. Thank you for your contribution to the conversation here. It's 11:45 and we're taking your calls here on The Edge. I'm your host, Devonne Cornelius. If you're just joining the conversation, we've been discussing, well, it's been an open topic for today, giving callers the opportunity to call in and make their contribution on matters relating to St. Kitts and Nevis. As I mentioned earlier, the search party continues for Mr. Edwards, and the people have been weighing in about keeping St. Kitts and Nevis clean and not littering at every chance that you get. I think the caller before was also making the point that there need to be stricter laws as it relates to littering, so to the point where people stop littering. There are laws, perhaps they need to be a bit more stringent, and our litter wardens perhaps need to take their jobs more seriously. But there are laws to mitigate against littering and illegal dumping. You have people who are dumping into the oceans. You have people who are dumping into the guts and pastures and all of these different places. And instead of properly disposing of their garbage, they're littering at every chance they get. And so when you walk through the city and you walk through villages that are supposed to be clean, you're smelling garbage, and the garbage and the atmosphere is not very pleasant and welcoming. But there are laws to mitigate against illegal dumping and littering across Charlestown and across Bastia, St. Kitts. 11:47, we're going to begin to wrap up our conversation on 4 today because we have to make way for the TV newscast. But before we do that, we'll take a few more calls, I believe. Yes, we have a caller. Caller, you're on the air. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Devon.
Yes.
Talking about litter and last this, right? Up to Monday I was in Nevis. Went out for the job.
Mm-hmm.
And I went out by the hot spring. I was there, went down to the shed, the party day. And then when I'm going over, when I'm going down to go in the thing, empty bottle, empty glass. I say, why this thing must happen? Why this thing that happened? Why people are nasty? A place like this, you're supposed to keep clean. They left the glass with a drink here. They left bottle, they left plastic, left all kind of things. I said, no wonder that they got to ban plastic. Then when I buy drink, and they try to drink in the glass, and I walk with my glass. And anytime I drink a drink, I put the glass in my bag. I buy a bottle of water. Every time I drink the bottle of water, I drink out the bottle of water, I put the bottle in my bag. And when I reach in Charleston, I buy a barbecue chicken. And when I don't eat, I wrap up the napkin, the thing, and I look for garbage bin. When I reach in Charleston, and I put it in the garbage bin. I pack everything in the bag. I don't wanna. No people can do likewise and do these things. Everybody just got to be where they be, and just dump things everywhere and everywhere. And then I'm talking about the farm. The media man, Mr. DJ Kant Edwards. I mean that we know that we hear the sad news about him that they can't find him, and I wish that they could find him and find him alive. But you know, other people missing to and they didn't find them neither. So I don't know what they could do again, because I meant to understand they make some search all over and they can't find him. I remember a gentleman right in my village in Devonne. He said when he dead, nobody will find him here. He used to like his drinks and say. And he said when he